So the next panel we have, we're actually going to talk about the founder's role in marketing, which has obviously been a big theme, again, of this year. So we have Steph Abe, who's Senior Customer Marketing Manager from AdRoll, and Scarlett Rocourt, who's the founder and CEO of Rocourt. So can you guys give a round of applause for them joining us? Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Super excited to have you guys, and again, a topic that's been on people's minds. So why don't we start with some introductions? Scarlett, we can start with you, and take it from there.
Hi, my name is Scarlett Rocourt, and I call myself the Chief Everything Officer. I think when you're a small business, I think you understand, like, you have to do a little bit of everything and all the time. So I started Rocourt, which is a natural hair care line for all textures of natural and curly hair.
Awesome. Thank you, Scarlett. Hi, everyone. My name is Steph, and I lead AdRoll's customer marketing function. AdRoll is the marketing and ads platform for digital marketers to grow efficiently online. Our award-winning and really our bread and butter retargeting technology works together with our email marketing and our connected social solutions to help teams of any size, budget, or level of expertise perform really great digital marketing. I am so happy to be here today with one of our beloved customers, Scarlett. And without further ado, we're going to kick off today's fireside chat, which is from vision to voice, the founder's role in marketing. And let's roll. So, Scarlett, could you please kick this off by sharing a little bit more about yourself and about Rocourt? How did you get started with your business, and what does it look like today?
So I'll tell you like a quick story about like when I was 8 years old, and I've always wanted to wear my natural hair out. But you see, I have a lot of hair, and my mother also has 2 other daughters, so she was like, no, you're gonna wear your hair in pigtails every day. Well, one day it was time to take school pictures, and my middle sister was in charge of getting me ready. And we came up with a plan so that I could wear my hair curly. But I think like a lot of you guys who have curly hair, you know how it looks in the morning is not how it's gonna look by the end of the day. And when my school pictures came out, my mother was like, what did you do? And ever since then, again, like growing up, I always wanted to wear my natural hair out. And then when I stopped relaxing my hair, I went back to my natural curls. My hair was always frizzy, unruly, and I could not find any products. Nothing. And this was back in 2010. You know, there was no YouTube. You know, it wasn't what it is today. And that's when I started formulating my own products. I was like, I can't cook, but I can make products. And that's how Rocourt started. And the landscape has changed so much with social media. You know, I started a Facebook account just for my business. Like, I didn't even want to be on social media. But now, people want to be a part of your story. They want to know who the founder is. They want to know more about your life and not just about your business.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. That is the perfect segue into this topic because we would love to get an idea of your role in marketing. Obviously, as the founder and CEO of your company, you carry a lot of responsibilities in your workload. So could you share with us what you consider to be your primary priorities in your role as the CEO and how marketing fits into that?
Yes. I think everyone knows we're here for like marketing, that how important it is. And I'm gonna be completely honest, like I did not want to be the face of the brand. Like I wanted to just hire models and have them do it. I wanted to be behind the scenes, but 2 things happened. One, I can afford myself. You know, I come at a good rate. But no one knows your brand better than you. No one can tell your story better than you. And also, people buy from who they like. So you always want to be, I think the theme everyone says is you want to be authentic. You want to show up as who you are. And that's basically, I call it kind of like the Oprah effect. You know, when Oprah started her own magazine, she always put herself on the cover because she was like, who can sell my magazines better than me? And that's how I was like, all right, Scarlett, you have to be the face. And I started using social media more. But what's changed is as those years go by, so many more products, hair care lines have come on the market. So the message that I had before got diluted because everybody else was like, well, my products will make your hair frizz-free too. So it's like, okay, what is my role gonna be now? And so I've pivoted into hair care and education because you can have the best products on the market, but if people aren't using it properly, it's not gonna work.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, so obviously, being in the beauty and more specifically the hair care category is extremely competitive.
Yes.
How have you stood out from your competitors? And could you share some information about the specific marketing strategies and or campaigns that have worked really well for growing Wonder Curl?
Yeah, going back into that education piece, I feel that you want to come across as the industry leader, but how are you going to lead? And for me, it came down to educating people who want to start growing healthy hair, but they just don't know how, they don't have the tools. So I started not just with giving them the right products, but creating ebooks, using my TikTok, my social media, showing up sometimes without makeup on, sometimes with my satin bonnet and my robe in my bed, but just talking. And what I found was when you put a lot of work into your videos, they flop. But the ones that do the best are when you're just like in your bathroom doing whatever, and because people relate to that. And that's what you want. They want to see you in your videos. And that's really what has worked the best. And as far as like the campaigns go, I think we all know that controversy is great. So whenever I debunk a hair myth, like air drying, everybody air dries their hair, but when I tell them that it's actually more damaging, oh, I get so much hate for it. But you know what? It also gets that engagement.
Awesome. Okay, so it sounds like you have been able to really increase brand awareness for Wonder Curl using organic social media.
Yes.
And the proof is in the pudding because you have grown your social channels exponentially through figuring out what type of content really resonates with the target audience that you're looking to reach. Can you speak to how you have then driven those customers to your website and then how you have been able to effectively drive them to purchase?
Well, that is exactly where AdRoll comes in. Because I think one, being the CEO, you're doing everything. I want to be able to go to a dashboard and see what's happening on my website in one place. I don't want to have to go to 3 different, open up this platform and that platform. And I love that with AdRoll, I have it all in one place. It has the pixels set up. But also, when you don't have a huge budget and you don't want to have to figure out a system, like I do not have time to try to understand how to run ads. And that's why I came to AdRoll, because they took that off of me. So now I know that as I have more traffic going to my website, the pixels are going to capture their information. I can then create easy retargeting ads, but they're also putting my visitors into segments. So even if they haven't purchased or put in an email, I know okay, this person was very interested because they've been to this many pages. And now I can create a retargeting ad specifically for those people so that I will be top of mind when they're ready to come back and make a purchase.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. It sounds like partnering with the right Technology Partners has been really helpful for you in terms of growing and scaling Wonder Curl. So as you are thinking about Wonder Curl's continued growth and development, how are you thinking about your own role in terms of your involvement with marketing as Wonder Curl scales?
I mean, it's not going to change. Like, I'm still going to have to be that person who speaks to my audience. And this is one thing, like when you're looking at your social media and you're trying to see what works and what doesn't. You know, I have like the UGC, I have the affiliates, but you know what? The videos where it's my face always are the ones that do the best. And as much as I want to put out different types of hair types, different types of faces, it always comes back to me just looking in front of a camera and speaking to what the audience wants to know. And then what's nice is like now with TikTok, Instagram, is that they can ask questions and then you can respond to them. So you can create like that viral ad, and that viral is now going to give you way more content because people are going to be asking you even more questions, specific questions. Well, I have this issue. What do you recommend? How can you help me? And that's also helped me to start consulting on hair. So it's taking it off of social media and continuing to build that relationship, because I found that I would end up having long conversations with people and they're telling me about their hair concerns. And I was like, I just spent an hour talking about this. I could have made money. So I was losing money on the table, so I started offering consulting as well. And that's been, as long as I'm pushing it out there and reminding people I can do this, they're going to get it.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, so for fun, can you share with us one or two of your top hair care tips, since we are lucky to have an expert with us today?
My top hair care tips. Okay. Shampoo your hair. I think always shampoo and use a cleansing shampoo. I feel like we have been told a lie to use conditioner to wash our hair. We have been told to use moisturizing low poo, no poo shampoos. We were told to be afraid of sulfates. And if you have hair, you need to wash it, and you need to wash your scalp. A clean scalp is important. And the other one, which we don't talk about enough, and I try to bring back, is a healthy body grows healthy hair. I am a plant-based vegan, and I noticed that once I changed my diet, my hair stopped shedding as much. My hair started growing faster. I'm like, my hair is healthier now in my 40s than it was in my 20s. And it's definitely a testament to changing my lifestyle. And from that, I started an annual online summit where I help people to make that connection between a healthy body and healthy hair.
Amazing. Thanks. That's awesome. All right, so we are getting to the end of our time together. So Scarlett, where can everybody find you and also Wonder Curl?
I mean, you can find me all across social media. I am on Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube, all of them, and it's just Google Wonder Curl and you'll find me. And here's a fun fact, right? Wonder Curl, that was gonna be my blogger name. Like, I was gonna be a blogger, but then I realized I don't wanna blog. And since I had already bought the domain name, I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna start a brand and I'm gonna call it Wonder Curl. And I'm always like, does the name still resonate? And people say, nope, keep it, don't change it. Wonder Curl is a great name. It tells us what it's going to do. So that's how Wonder Curl came to be.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing. All right, well, thank you so much, Scarlett. This was awesome. I am very grateful for the time that we've spent together. And also, I want to give a big thank you to the Grow team. You guys have been doing an amazing job facilitating this event for all of us and bringing us all together. Please come say hi to Scarlett and I after the sessions. We are at AdRoll's booth. It's number 3, and you can't miss it. It's in the front after you go up the stairs. So we would love to meet you. And yeah, thank you. Have a great rest of the day, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so
So,
much.
well,
wait.
since we have a few more minutes, maybe I'll tee up some questions. So I'll talk about AdRoll real quick. I think you guys are probably the leaders, if not the definite leaders, in a tool for whether it's remarketing or prospecting. But I think the one thing that always comes to mind is attribution, right? And not trying to go into the attribution war topic here, but tell me a little bit about how that's changed since iOS. How is AdRoll looking at the positioning it has and looking at partnering with attribution tools or just the state of iOS and how it's affected AdRoll?
Yeah, that's a great question, which, to be honest, I'm not an expert on.
Fair.
So we have a bunch of great educational resources on our website and on our blog. You can go check them out there. And if you want to learn more about how we are approaching our technology in terms of the iOS changes, definitely stop by our booth. There are platform and solution experts there who can dig deep into the ins and outs of how our technology works and how we approach these challenges in the space.
That's awesome. And on the brand side, I'd love to kind of understand. So as you kind of talked about the competition factor, right? Where more and more of these hair care brands start popping up. And then you kind of repositioned yourself as what makes you different, right? What are some of the other kind of tools and resources that come to mind that you've used that have been beneficial as kind of looks like a lean team, solo founder? Have you had to lean on a lot of agencies? Have you found certain tools to be just really helpful for being a small team?
Yeah, well, I mean, so I'm kind of a bit of a control freak, and I've hired companies and never liked what they do because I was like, at the end, I do the best job at marketing myself, and I just could not find anyone who could do it as well as I do. So I just find different platforms, online platforms that I can use to quickly create the types of videos that I need. And I don't know if it came up, but using a lot of the AI software, the chat GPTs, using those to help me create the type of content that I need. When it comes to content creation, content, but sometimes my brain is fried and I can't think. So it's nice to have different types of platforms. I'm trying to think, I use writer.me. They're great for helping me come up with suggestions for e-blasts, right? I send out an e-blast every single day. That's a lot. I can't think of 5, 7 different subject lines, but something like that gives me 4 or 5 to choose from. I'm like, great. I use Big View. It's a teleprompter software, and they just started using AI to help me come up with scripts. So I will write up some notes. They'll give me the scripts. I'll tweak it, but they give me 3 different scripts to choose from, and guess what? I'm gonna use all 3 of them. And I'm gonna create 3 videos when I have on my makeup. So.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you guys for that additional coverage, and a round of applause for the ladies to join us. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you guys. Awesome. Thank you so much.